What happens if I drive without car insurance? Q&A with FreeAdvice.com. Are you considering driving without car insurance? Watch this video to learn the consequences and risks you face if you choose to hit the road unprotected. From hefty fines to potential legal trouble, the cost of not having insurance could be much higher than you think. Don't make the mistake of risking it all. Watch now to find out more. What happens if you drive without car insurance? Short answer, we strongly suggest you don't do it. We get it. Due to inflation, more and more people are looking for ways to save money by asking this. And FreeAdvice.com is here to help. The truth is, driving without insurance is not only illegal in most of the United States, but it can also have serious and long-lasting consequences. Consequence number 1. Hefty fines and penalties. If you're caught driving without insurance, you can face expensive fines and penalties. These can range from a few $100s to thousands of dollars depending on state you're in and the severity of the citation. For example, in California, fines for driving without insurance can range from $100 to $200 for a first offense and up to $500 for subsequent offenses. In Florida, it's $150 to $500 for a first offense and up to $1,000 for subsequent offenses. And it's even higher in New York, where fines for driving without insurance can range from $150 to $1,500 for a first offense and up to $3,000 for subsequent offenses. I am sure you get the picture. When you're caught driving without insurance more than once, the fines jump drastically. In addition to the fines, there are also court costs, administrative fees, and other penalties that can add to the overall financial burden. The fines for driving without insurance can be quite significant and will add up quickly. It's much better to have insurance and not need it than to need it and not have it. Consequence number 2. Suspended driver's license. When a driver is caught without insurance, the state's Department of Motor Vehicles will typically be notified. The DMV will then issue a suspension order on the driver's license, which means the driver will lose their driving privileges until they provide proof of insurance and pay any fines or penalties associated with the infraction. In addition to suspending the driver's license, the DMV may also suspend your vehicle registration. This means that the vehicle will not be legally allowed to be driven on the road until the registration is reinstated. Suspension periods for driving without insurance can vary, depending on the state and the circumstances of the infraction. In some states, the suspension period can be as short as 30 days, while in others, it can be as long as several months. And even if the driver manages to get insurance after being caught without it, they may still have to pay fines, and their license and registration may still be suspended. In some states, the driver may also be required to file a costly form of insurance called SR-22. This is a certificate of insurance filed with the state, proving that the driver is insured. Always remember that the driver's license suspension is a serious matter, as it can have a big impact on your daily life. Not being able to drive can prohibit you from doing errands or even driving to work, which will affect your employment opportunities. It's essential to be insured and avoid this situation. Consequence number 3. Damage liability. Financial consequences don't stop with the first 2 consequences we listed. Imagine you're involved in a car accident and found to be at fault, and you don't have insurance. This is where things can get very expensive and fast. When you're driving without insurance, you're taking on all financial responsibility for any damages or injuries caused by the accident. This includes the cost of repairs to the other driver's car, as well as any medical expenses for any injuries sustained by the driver and that vehicle's passengers. And trust me, these costs can add up quickly. The average car accident can result in damages that cost tens of thousands of dollars. And if there are any injuries involved, the medical expenses can be even more staggering. But you'll be responsible for not just the other driver's expenses. If there are passengers in your car, you'll also be accountable for their medical expenses. And if there are any passengers in the other car, you'll be responsible for their expenses as well. So, you see, when you're driving without insurance, you're taking on a huge financial risk. You're essentially gambling with your own money and could easily lose everything. Make sure you're always insured and protect yourself, your family, and your assets from the potentially staggering financial burden of damages liability. Consequence number 4. Legal troubles. When you're caught driving without insurance, you're typically charged with a misdemeanor. Depending on the state, this can carry penalties such as jail time, community service, and probation. In some states, if you're involved in an accident while driving without insurance, you may be charged with a more serious crime, such as reckless or negligent driving. These charges can carry much more severe penalties, including fines, jail time, and even the revocation of your driver's license. Also, keep in mind that if you are involved in an accident while driving without insurance and someone is injured or killed, you could be charged with a felony, which is a severe crime and can result in a long-term imprisonment. A criminal record can have a significant impact on your life and your future opportunities. Not only can it make it difficult to find a job, but it can also affect your ability to rent an apartment, get a loan, or even travel to certain countries. So, it's important to always be insured and avoid this situation entirely. Consequence number 5. Personal repercussions. Knowing you are responsible for the losses and injuries if you cause an accident while driving without insurance is a heavy weight on your shoulders. One mistake can cause severe emotional impact and lead to guilt and regret that last a lifetime. If you are found driving without insurance and then are subject to fines, penalties, and potential legal action, you will add a lot of unnecessary worry and stress to your life. It can also affect your relationship with friends and family, as you may have to rely on them for support during this difficult time. As you can see, driving without insurance can have serious and long-lasting personal consequences beyond the financial and legal repercussions. Always be insured and avoid this situation, not just for legal and financial protection, but also for your well-being and peace of mind. FreeAdvice.com is here to remind you that getting insurance is one of the most crucial things to do to protect your money, family, and self. Avoid driving without insurance because the potential consequences are not worth it. It's not a way to save money. Take our advice to heart and compare several car insurance quotes at FreeAdvice.com to prevent out-of-pocket expenses. We can't say it enough. It is never a wise financial decision to drive without insurance. Consult our FreeAdvice.com insurance experts if you're unsure about the coverage you need. Our experts can assist you in understanding the rules, policies, and alternatives to ensure you're receiving the coverage you require at a price you can afford. Get the coverage you need today and enjoy the sense of security that comes from being properly protected. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at our next video.